Rain fell in thin, cold needles as Alara then stepped out of the abandoned chapel, her heels cracking against the broken stones. Midnight cloaked the world in silence, but inside her chest, a storm raged loud enough to drown everything else. Tonight wasn't about forgiveness. Tonight was a promise kept. 2 months ago, she had been a violinist, searching for a life filled with music and love. She had found, both in Damien Hale, a charismatic detective with ink-black hair and a crooked smile that made her believe in warmth again. He brought her flowers, left handwritten notes, and held her like she was the only soft thing left in his violent world. She had loved him completely, blindly, and he had used that love to destroy her family. Her father's death had been labeled a suicide, a simple, tragic accident, but the truth revealed itself in whispers. Damien was involved in the corruption case her father had been investigating. Damien, the man she kissed every night. Damien, the man who traced constellations on her skin and promised forever. He had slipped poison into her father's drink, and then kissed her with the same mouth. Alara had discovered everything: the coded messages, the hidden accounts, the locket with her father's final recording. Proof Damien had killed him. She hadn't cried. She had planned. Tonight, that plan finally unfolded. The chapel's broken door creaked as someone approached from behind. She felt rather than heard the presence, the way air changes when a familiar ghost enters the room. Alara, Damien's voice murmured, softer than the rain. "You shouldn't be here." She turned slowly, her crimson dress swirling like spilled wine around her legs. She had chosen the dress deliberately. He always said it made her look like danger. Wrapped in velvet. "I could say the same to you," she replied, her tone calm, almost tender. "But then, we were always drawn to forbidden places." Damien stepped forward, his face a mixture of pain and longing. "You've been avoiding me for weeks. I needed to see you, to explain." "Explain?" Alara laughed, delicate and sharp. "Explain how you murdered my father, and then held me like nothing happened." He froze. "Who told you?" "My father," she whispered, pulling out the silver locket. It clicked open, replaying the faint sound of her father's hoarse final words. Damien's name, the betrayal, the poison. Damien's face crumbled. For the first time, she saw guilt written clearly across his features. "Alara, I never meant to hurt you." His voice cracked. "Your father was going to expose things that would have gotten us all killed. I tried to stop him without." He swallowed. "Without ending him. But he threatened you." I panicked. "You're lying," she said. But her heart trembled traitorously. She wanted to hate him cleanly, entirely. But love doesn't leave just because revenge needs room. Damien stepped closer. "I loved you. Every moment. Every kiss. That was real. You have to believe that." A tear escaped her eye before she could stop it. "Loving me doesn't undo the grave you put him in." He reached for her. His hands shook. "Alara, please. We can leave. Run away. I'll turn myself in. Just not tonight. I can't lose you." For a moment, she almost broke, almost leaned into his warmth, almost believed the trembling sincerity in his eyes, almost surrendered to the memory of how his lips felt against hers. But revenge had a heartbeat, too, and it beat louder. She slipped her hand into the pocket of her dress and closed her fingers around the small vial she had prepared hours ago, a mirrored reflection of the one used on her father. "Damien," she whispered, stepping close enough to feel his breath on her lips. I believe you. His eyes softened. His body relaxed. And she kissed him, slowly, deeply, with all the love she had once given him freely. The poison on her lips worked fast. Damien staggered, eyes wide, horror blooming. Alara, what did you? She held him as he fell to his knees, just as he had held her father's life between his hands. A kiss, she whispered in his ear, before the kill. He collapsed in her arms. Breath fading, warmth draining from his body. Alara stood alone in the chapel, rain swallowing the sound of her heartbeat. Justice didn't feel sweet. It tasted like ashes. But she lifted her chin, wiped her lips, and walked into the storm without looking back. Tonight wasn't about forgiveness. It was about balance. And she had restored it.